Hey everyone, welcome to another Dad Diary. I know this is in the same place as the last one because believe it or not, it's filmed straight after it. So yes, welcome. Still got a bad throat because I've just had this tattoo done, hence why I'm not quite talking quite as well. Anyway, welcome. Today's actually a really interesting one and was based off of the time hop that I got this morning. So this morning I got a time hop. You don't know what time hop is, you're obviously not a millennial or some sort. It's like you get reminded about things you did X, Y, Z time ago. So I got one reminding me from 2 years ago. I was like, okay, that's quite interesting. 2 years ago from now, Holly and I weren't, we didn't have Ravenna. We weren't engaged, but we were a couple. And then something massive happened in our life, which is obviously kind of the whole point of this video and the whole point of this series about being the Dad Diary. We found out about pregnancy. Yes, we found out that Holly was pregnant. And I've had so many questions from people asking me like, how, why, literally loads of questions. So I thought I'd kind of talk to you guys about today. If you don't know the video I'm talking about that came up on my time hop, it's actually this one. So you can find it on YouTube. It's a little bit flexy with the car and stuff, but we just wanted to go out and film car stuff on that day anyway. I'm gonna play this tiny little snippet for you. So after this point, I've had a text, and it's from Holly. She's telling me it's urgent, so I need to rush home, okay? That's basically the moral of the story so far. And I've just rushed home. Look at all this lovely camera work. I arrive home to find Holly with 2 pregnancy tests on the stairs with an O, 9 months. I fucking love that video. That literally brings a tear to my eye every time I see it. Oh my god, it is so cute. So we decided to make that video to announce that Holly was pregnant. I was gonna say we're pregnant. I guess we were pregnant, but Holly was pregnant. And it was one of the, I think first of all, it's one of the most emotional videos in my head because I know what it is and what it was and stuff. But obviously also it just meant so much to me in general. But I've got a load of things to talk about regarding that and how that all felt. So sit in for a good one. Anyway, to start off with, for any of you people asking, yes, Ravenna was 100% planned. This is going to go into kind of detail, I guess. Holly had the coil, which is this thing that women can have that's like 99.9999% that you will not get pregnant. We both decided together, this was, November, I don't know, mid-November or end of November maybe. We both decided that we wanted to try for a baby. Holly's obviously a little bit older than me, but not too much older, and I'm 23, so I'm young, I guess, to be a dad in today's world, which is actually, I love being that. I love, again, being not the odd one out, but yeah, in that sense. Anyway, so we went to the clinic and she took the coil out and we then decided we're going to try for a child. We're not going to rush anything. We're just going to let time fly. It might take, some people take years. My ex actually, Charlotte, her parents had I think they had almost given up actually trying, and then Charlotte was all of a sudden, she was found out that Charlotte wasn't pregnant, that her mum was pregnant, and it was like a miracle baby. So you get those kind of stories come out, that, people don't think they can have kids, and then they can, and it's awesome. Whereas we were really lucky. I don't know if I have super sperm, or if she has excellent eggs, if you get it. But we found out, basically, we were able to kind of, and well, the doctors were able to, they were able to almost timestamp it for us. And they timestamped it to the first time. They gave us a date, and they've timestamped it to the first time we actually tried to have a baby. By that, I mean, yeah, we just had sex, but also we knew in our head, shit, she could get pregnant from this. So maybe it was like better, I don't know, or I tried harder, I have no idea. I'm a try hard anyway, I try and please. I'm that kind of guy. So yeah, anyway, we didn't know at that point, and we carried on our lives as normal. So, we just kept trying, but it was just natural. And then to find out that when we found out that we actually had conceived Ravenna, did you say conceived? I'd given birth, and then Holly had then become pregnant. That's a really weird ass way of saying it. I'm not saying me finishing is giving birth, but kind of is in that sense. Nothing the same. I'm not taking anything away from Holly. She did amazing. But yeah, basically we found out that it was on the first trial, and that was like, or our first go, I should say, and we were like, damn, high five, boom, all kind of around. I need to stop getting excited because my throat. And we were like, damn, that's awesome. Anyway, so we found out, we went to the hospital. No, we didn't. Holly was unsure and she didn't feel well and whatever. Anyway, so I went out and bought a couple of pregnancy sticks. Is that what you call them? I don't know. And I said, just in case. So anyway, we carried on that day as normal. So pregnancy sticks were at home. Tests, there we go. We're at home, and I can't remember. I was working with probably with my employee at the time. And Holly, I remember Holly, no, he wasn't working. He might have been at the time, but this was of the evening. And Holly came out and she came up to me and I was like, you all right, babe? And she had this look on her face and she was like crying, but happy. Not something you see very often. It's a really odd one for someone to come out of the downstairs toilet, happy crying. I'm like, was it a great poo? Or, like, what? Why are you crying happy? Anyway, and she said to me, I'm pregnant. And I swear my life paused just like that. It just paused. And I was like, damn, like, this is crazy. You've got the girl of your dreams right there. And she's come out your toilet, kind of weird, and said she's pregnant. I didn't believe her. Kind of was like, nah, really? What? She's like, I'm pregnant. Because I was like, this is way too fast. This shouldn't happen yet. If these sticks are working, I thought this was like a few weeks pregnant. And she was like, yeah, it is. And that's what the stick said. And it was just, it was one of those line ones. And I think it was just like positive or something. I'm not sure. And then she did another one and we checked the other one and it came out the same. And we were like, okay, big news. What do we do here? How do we do this? Do we check all this kind of stuff? And we both sat there just together, just like, this is amazing. This is so exciting. This is everything we've ever wanted. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit here to when I was at school and stuff. And people always, had their dream jobs, had their dream life and whatever. I always wanted to be a dad. I always wanted to have a family. And that's what, in my head, this pause, it was almost like, imagine like fireworks going off in my head, just like, woo, you've done it. What you wanted to do, it's happening kind of thing. But I had to reel it back in because I was like, so much can happen in between. I just don't want to be over the top excited and then something bad to happen. So I was like, I'll keep it in a little bit. But I was like, bang, bang, bang in my head, like fireworks going off, like, good job, Ov. Good job. Anyway, so we were so happy and everything. And the first thing I was like, I need to tell everyone. So I started calling up. I think we started calling everybody around, just like, yo, Holly's pregnant. I think we went around actually. I don't think we called everybody. I think we went around with, Holly's pregnant. And everyone was so congratulatory. And there was this moment and I was like, and how do I tell you guys in that sense? Or like, how do I tell the broader people? Because at this point, sorry, I've got a notification on my screen, pissed me off. At this point, like the channel was exploding, I was getting like 80 million views a month. Like that Christmas, like it was a crazy, crazy ass month. I think, if I remember, I think it was when Slither just came out and it was like things were high anyway. And then to get this news was like, damn, this is amazing. So I was like, how do I tell you guys? And I went online and, a bit of time's passed obviously at this point, probably a day or two. And I was looking at how people had done them. And some people had done them like this player 3 had entered the game. And some other people had done the big explosions and colors and stuff. I was like, oh, that's really cool. We ended up doing the colored explosion balloon when we did the gender reveal. But obviously, we didn't know the gender at this point, but we knew we had a baby. So, we couldn't do that. But we did the gender reveal. I'm pretty sure I put that online too. So you could probably find that somewhere. But yeah, how do I tell you guys? And I had this idea come to my head because we were playing Pokemon Go at the time of doing the egg and doing a 9-month egg. And there was a whole premise kind of around that. And then we were going to do something way bigger, but we were like, yeah, but then are we just kind of like going over the top. So we thought we'd do a little story of Holly's at home, got really something exciting to tell me. I'm out and I'm like, oh, but I'm playing Pokemon Go, babe. You know, I'll see you when I see you. And she's like, nah, get your ass home. And I drove home as fast as I could. And if you actually see in that video, the place where we filmed me out and about is actually only like a couple of minutes away from my house. And then the driving scene, we went out like half an hour to different roads to go get that film footage and stuff. We went to Bowen and stuff to get that footage. So it's completely irrelevant, but obviously it was just for fun. Then we got home and I wanted to kind of reenact the feeling, or kind of the feeling or the connection Holly and I had when we felt that. So I thought her being like stood up on here with the 2 pregnancy tests, like, yo, I'm pregnant. And then the embrace that we have in it, I think is really cute, and the way it kind of fades out. And I think that kind of gave you a sense of how we felt. We almost felt, oh my God, this is amazing. We're embracing it, but then we kind of shut the doors because we wanted privacy. And then that's how it kind of faded out, and we did a thank you and stuff. So that's the time hop I got today. But no one can explain the moment that you find out that your partner is pregnant, because even now, even though I've been through it and I want to go through it again, and I'm sure we will do, I can't tell you how amazing it feels. I really can't. And I'll talk about the gender actually as well while I'm here. So the gender, when we found out the gender, that was a totally different ball game, because there's a lot to this. I was out the country. I was with my brother in Bali, Indonesia, and Holly was in Bristol, in England, with my mum, and they'd gone to do this, to do the gender test, because you can do it from like 16 weeks. So not that long's passed at this point. And you might be asking, oh, why the hell are you in Bali with your brother on holiday? Well, Holly had actually won this holiday previously at the Gaming Awards, and she was meant to come with me. But we found out that when you were pregnant, you shouldn't go to Bali because you need these injections first, and the injections can affect the baby. And we wanted 0. We were like, no, what's the odds? And they were like, it's like 1 in 1,000 something can happen to the baby. 1 in like, I don't know, something even more that the baby could be, passed by it. Again, when you're talking about birth and you're talking about your kids and you're talking about pregnancy and stuff, you do avoid using the words like kill or death and things like that. They're just not right in your head to use. So pass is a better word. So we were like, nah. We're not doing that. And we called up the people about the holiday, and we were like, look, can we postpone it or whatever? They're like, nah, we can't. I think it was for charity actually. We ended up, she says she won it. We didn't win it. She bid on it at an auction and we won the auction, but then you still have to pay for it, and it still cost me like $5,000 in the end. So it was expensive. And then Holly couldn't even come. Like, this was the holiday she had booked and found and really, really wanted from winning this auction at the Gaming Awards. Which was actually, it was the Gaming Awards. Yeah, it was. And it was funny because Dr. Disrespect was sat in front of me at the Gaming Awards. And I've got a little story about him, actually, that I'll tell you in a minute, about that exact time. Not the best one either. So, yeah, we were at the Gaming Awards and she'd done this silent auction and we'd won it. And I was like, oh, we won, so sweet. And then the lady came over later and was like, yeah, but you still got to pay. She didn't say you still got to pay for it. And she was like, but don't worry, a lot of the proceeds go to charity. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess we need to make a donation. And they're like, so don't worry. So you got it at a better price than what it would be. Turns out the package, if you would have bought the package not in the auction, would have cost something like, Holly will correct me, I'm not sure what it is. I think it was something like $10,000. It was an expensive ass week in Bali, but we got it such a discount for $5,000. Great. But anyway, it was my fault. I said you can bid on something in the auction for a laugh. I don't think she quite understood what I meant. But actually, it worked out really, really well. So anyway, me and my brother flew off to Indonesia, to Bali. I took my brother with me because he's done so much for me and he deserves so much from me. So I try and do these things when I can. When I'm in this kind of position, I can. And he was super grateful and he loved it. And we had a kick-ass holiday. It would have been great with Holly. Don't get me wrong. It would have been absolutely great. But it was actually really good just to have brotherly time and stuff. But anyway, so like day 4, maybe. Yeah, day 4 on the holiday. It was evening time and it was daytime here in the UK. And I get a FaceTime. I don't know why I did that. That's definitely not what it looks like. I get a FaceTime from Holly and I'm like, hey babe. We were settling down. We had the chefs cooking us dinner and stuff. And she was with my mum in a shop. And I was like, oh, what's going on? And she goes, I'm getting the gender done today. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, you can do it from 16 weeks. We found a place. We booked it. We're there. And And I'm like, oh my God, what? Okay, well, first of all, I really wanted to be involved, obviously, in seeing the gender, but I was like, yo, fine at this point. I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. You know, I just want to find out like you do, so go find out. Anyway, she puts the phone down. She's like, yeah, okay, I've got my meeting in 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool, call me straight after. So I was like, how long will it take for them to find out gender? At this point, I'd done a couple of those scans anyway, so I was like, probably half an hour. So I waited half an hour. I waited another half an hour. I called a few times. Nothing. I waited another half an hour. And I was, you know, my brother will tell you as well, I was there like, what the fuck, what's going on? What's going on? Like, why aren't you calling? And then I get a call half an hour later. It's 2 hours later. I've been waiting 2 hours to find out the gender of our baby. I get a FaceTime from Holly and my mum, both buzzing. And I'm like, okay, it's good. Whatever's happened in that time stretch, I don't care because I'm going to find out the gender. So whatever's happened, I'm cool. And they're like, are you ready, Ov? They're like, yeah. They said, what do you want it to be? I was like, I don't mind. As long as it's healthy, I could not bat an eyelid, whether it's a boy, girl, or a boy-girl, whatever's happening in today's society. I don't know. And I was like, I do not care. And they were like, it's a girl. And in my head, I was like, that's exactly what I wanted. I would love a boy, and I'd actually probably like. No, I wouldn't. I'd probably. Would I like a boy or a girl next? Again, I'm one of those guys where I'm like, I'd actually like whatever's healthy. So I'll have whatever's healthy. But anyway, yeah. When it was a girl, my heart melted. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a dad to a little girl. I'm gonna have a little baby girl. It's gonna be amazing. I'm actually starting to tear up just thinking about when I found this out. Anyway, and and it was all emotional. We were all crying and stuff. And I was like, but why did it take 2 hours? And she goes, And my mum was there too, and then she scanned to my mum, and she had these bags, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" We went shopping. So the surgery thing where you find out what sex your baby is also a big baby shop, and they had gone around and bought so much girl stuff, and I was like, I don't. Sorry, I'm actually tearing up. I was like, I don't mind at all. Please tell me earlier so I find out, but I don't mind that you guys have gone and had fun. They bought loads of girl stuff and whatnot. So yeah, so we found out from there, and then she was like, bye. I remember the phone hanging up. My brother came over, gave me a hug. Well done. I'm really sorry. I'm so emotional about this kind of stuff. I'm literally starting to tear up. Well done. Good job. All this kind of stuff. I guess this is how it feels. This is how it feels. I'm breaking down in a video, and I didn't want to do this, but I don't mind because it's my diary, so I don't care. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I think me and my brother went out looking for stuff the next day for baby girls, but there was like nothing in Bali. There was, but it's all fake and stuff. And I really don't like buying fake stuff. And they didn't have just like normal things out there either. It was all like, fake Prada this, fake Gucci that, fake whatever this. Funny story actually. This t-shirt, if you didn't know, this print. So this is a print, and then this is like handmade. This is really quite nice. I need a tissue. I need a tissue. I'll be right. This is called a fake print t-shirt. Even though this is Gucci, and I think it costs like an arm and a leg, this is called a fake print. And they actually took this print from the fake copies from the old days and used it and bought it and used it as their own. So, cool story about that. Completely sidetracked again, didn't I? I was trying to get myself away from the emotional thing in my head. That's exactly what I'm doing. And that's how I work with these things. I like to portray something else so that then I forget about that and I can come back. Anyway, but yeah, there was nothing there. So I think I ended up buying stuff in the duty free on the way home. But it was, finding out the gender was incredible. And I was so happy when we found out. And then we held on to the fact that it was a girl, except for my brother, except for my mum. I think except for immediate family and Holly's immediate family too. We held on to the fact that it was a girl until we did our gender reveal. So we did like a baby shower thing. We had loads of friends, family come over. And then I gave everybody balloons, these big ass black balloons, like this size, so you couldn't see through them. And we all were there and we were like, ready? 3, 2, 1, pop! 3, 2, 1. Everyone popped their balloons and they just all exploded. It was perfect. If I can get the footage, I'll put it up here, but I'm away from home, so I probably won't be able to. But just search like MasterOv gender video. That sounds weird as fuck. It looks like you're gonna look at me and think if I'm a boy or a girl. I'm a boy, obviously. But anyway, a man. And the balloons popped and everybody cheered. I think we cut the cake and it was pink inside the cake and stuff. And again, that was one of the best memories I've ever had. The best memories I've always had are related to obviously my daughter, but also Holly and all those kind of things. The best holiday I've had is with Holly in Dubai in our first holiday. So I think I'm, pretty happy in that sense. And you do let the small things get you down on stuff. Just talking about my first video or second video, even when I talked about depression, you start forgetting about these amazing things. And now that I've sat here, told you this story on the camera, I'm really happy. Holly's with Ravenna now in town. They just popped out so that I could film this, and they need to get some things done. And all I want to do is go out in town with them, just spend the time with them now, because I'm like, actually everything's great. So yeah, it's anyway, that was my time hop. How the hell did I get onto this conversation? Yeah, that was my time hop from earlier today. But other than that, today, all I've been doing is healing and mending, because this just hurts like a biatch. Painkillers, lots of goo, lots of gel, some natural medication is always great to help stuff soothe. So do whatever you need to do to get things soothed. But this hurts, and But anyway, I'm still feeling a little bit teared up about this. So that's my story. And that is the gender reveal and also the reveal of pregnancy. And I'm hoping I'm going to sit down and tell you all about my second one day soon. And I hope that will happen. And I think it will happen, if I'm being honest. And we've been blessed with what I think is the most beautiful baby girl in the world. But I will say that because I'm a dad. But we've had a lot of other people tell us that. But then again, I've had friends. No, I've not had friends that have had ugly babies. I've been around people that has a really ugly baby, and even though it's like butt ugly, and it's not even like butt ugly but cute, it was just like an ugly baby, you say it's so beautiful because at the end of the day, it's a baby that's been born by this person, and that person, the man as well, but the woman mainly, I guess. But it's like, whatever you like, if you can look at a baby and say that's ugly to their face or to the parent's face, you're a fucked up person. That you just say that's beautiful because you know how much it means to them, and I know how much it would mean to me and stuff. Oh, I'm getting so emotional with this. Okay, I'm gonna stop now, guys. That is my dad diary for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was actually a double upload today because I missed yesterday. So boom, I'm going home tonight, and I will be back to talk about something tomorrow. But keep on commenting stuff down below that you want to hear. Let's put all babies are beautiful in the comments if you got this far. People seem to be confused by this comment thing that I'm doing. I think I did big dogs rule, and people are like, what the hell is everyone talking about? All babies are beautiful. So that's a nice comment to put out. But again, any other subjects you want me to talk about in these diaries after I've spoken about what I do in my day. But I tend to not speak too much about my day and talk about the story more because that's more interesting. And to be honest, in the day, I don't do as much. I tend to work or chill or spend time with my family and stuff. And, there's not so much you can say unless you get something interesting come through. So, keep on talking to me in the comments. Thank you guys so much for all the support on this. And this channel actually is doing way better than I was expecting. I thought no one would watch this. Not like it matters because I was doing it for me. But the fact you guys are actually tuning in and watching means a lot. So thank you. And I'm only getting I got 6 dislikes on the other 3 videos. Why 6? Who are these 6 people? Let's just try to get 100% likes on this video. Do it for me, guys. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great evening or morning. Whenever you're watching it, just have a good next 24 hours or something. I don't know.